All right, here with Jack Williams of the Shady Spring Tigers. Jack, I would think that going back to the state championship never gets over. Your third trip down here, I think.
Yes, sir.
I think you were injured the first year.
Yep.
But you saw a little bit of action. This is really your first opportunity to start. First of all, talk about your start today was really impressive. I mean, Amar doesn't even get a shot off until midway through the second. I don't think that's ever happened.
No, never.
And he didn't score until like 18 seconds later on a pair of free throws. Your start was key then, and you and Gavin both. Let's talk about that start for you.
I mean, like I said earlier, it's just carrying the load, really. When one guy's down, somebody else got to pick him up. I mean,
you kind of opened the door and Amar kicked you down in the second half.
Definitely. I mean, I told Amar in the locker room, I said, as soon as we got in there, I covered you in the first half, and you had me in the second half. But it's just amazing. I can go out and shoot like that and get hot every once in a while, and it's amazing.
Were you obviously, I know that winning it down here is the key. Were you a little down though on you're playing the first game?
Nah. Confidence has never wavered with me. Yeah, confidence has never wavered with me. I mean, I've got great support system telling me keep shooting the ball. Coach John Davis, one of the best shooters I've ever seen in my life. He texted me and said, focus on the back of the rim. Focus on the back of the rim and win in. So.
You were able to play against the likes of Braden and Cole Chapman, Jaden Holstein, Cam Mann, Amar. How did that toughen you, strengthen you, get you ready for this moment where you're going to be starting your own state championship?
I mean, they deserve all the credit. They really do. I mean, going against the best players in the state for 2-3 years. I've been playing against Braden and Cole since I was 6th, 7th grade. So, I mean, sometimes it sucked, but I mean, little did I know it'd help me this much in the future. So
Gavin said he used to go against Braden and then tell him, I'm going to make you better.
Yeah.
You might kick my tail out of him. I mean, was it kind of the same thing for you?
Oh, it's the same thing. Braden's not going to take it easy on nobody. Neither is Cole. I mean, they're going to sit there and dog you, and you're going to be like, how do you score on this guy? And it's just, after a while, it's like, okay, this is easy. If it's not Braden, it's easy. But
what does this mean for you on a personal level? To be a lot of people say, well, and most teams that do lose 3 first-team All-Staters, they're going to. Mara was back, but two guys who were first-team All-State, I think 3 years.
Yeah.
How gratifying is it for you to make it back to the same pinnacle that they made it to?
It means so much to me. I mean, being hurt my freshman year, coming into a state championship team, tearing your ACL in the 3rd game of the season isn't ideal. And you're sitting there watching the state championship game, you watch Zacchaeus Dobbs hit a game winner in the knee brace, and you just feel like you could go out there and help your team. And I mean, last year, it's like a second blow, and then you finally get back here and you're like, all right, let's win it.
Do you feel like people might have wrote you guys off a little bit too early?
Definitely.
How did that fuel, especially Lamar's been down here? Yeah. This was his 11th state tournament game today. So, how did it fuel you guys?
It's just us. That's our mentality, really. I mean, we've been playing together since we were in 2nd grade. I mean, Amar's the youngest senior in the state. I say it all the time, and he should really be a junior. But, I mean, it's just hearing people say, Shady's not that good. Shady lost these guys. It fuels us. It really does.
Well, you did lose those 4 games. You lost Amar for a period, but he came back in the second. To his credit, never did get another foul. But you think this shows people then maybe that you guys can play too?
It shows,
we got some players.
It shows that other guys, we got more people than Amar on this team. I mean, Jalen can shoot, Kai can shoot, Birdie's going to come in there and shoot and facilitate. I mean, we got other guys that can play. We really do.
Is Gavin the emotional leader of this team?
He is. He is. However Gavin's going, we're going. If he's down on himself, we're up. I mean, he's got to be up for us to be up. I
mean, he certainly gets fired up.
Definitely.
Yes, I think it's fun to play with a guy that gets the crowd going. This will be. It's going to be either one of the Fairmonts. You played them both, and I think it was asked of your coach. How did that help you, knowing having played both those teams?
It's a complete advantage. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's an advantage for them too. I mean, once you've seen a team one time, I mean, you know what they do, you know what they like to do, you know their tendencies, and I mean, it just makes it easier. It really does. But in the state championship game, everything goes aside, and it's just my team's better than your team, and whoever's best wins.
It seems like your defense too, when you notice an opportunity to pounce like a wounded animal.
Yeah.
I mean, was that the case in the fourth quarter? You hold them to three 3 free throws.
Definitely. I mean, it really depends on what coach says. I mean, if he says get up in them, we're going to get up in them. If he says sit down and play sound defense, we're going to sit down and play sound defense. So.
You ever get the opportunity to talk a little smack to those guys last year in practice?
Oh, we jaw all the time. I mean, those are my guys. They know it's nothing serious, and Gavin and Braven were the worst. They used to sit there and they get into it all day. But, I mean, it made us better. It really did.
Like Gavin's chances in that?
I don't know.
He's a football guy.
Braden's a big, strong guy. I don't know.
All right, hey, Jack, I appreciate the
Yes, sir.
time.
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck on Saturday.
Yes, sir.